cell phones in tears, holding their heads, looking up at what's left of the World Trade Center and just shaking their heads in disbelief.
We still have a choice today. Non-violent coexistence, a violent co-annihilation. We do not act, we shall surely be dragged down the long, dark, and shameful corridors of time, reserved for those who possess power without compassion, might without morality, and strength without sight. Now let us begin.
It was in those dark days of 9/11 that interfaith communities united for justice and peace was founded.
I called my friend Rabbi Leonard Bierman and Jim Lawson and Rabbi Jacobs, Louis Chase, Ed Bacon, Meher Hatut, Najir Khaja, and I said, we need to meet. We need to see what the religious community's response is to this tragedy.
You can remember the day when there was a blackboard and we set about to give this organization a name. And every word meant something and has meant something for the last 11 years.
And so the Interfaith Communities United for Justice and Peace was born, and we have met for 550 Friday mornings at 7:15.
Interfaith. We knew that had to be the core of this work. We knew the traditions we had all come from. Christians and Jews and Muslims and Buddhists and Sikhs and humanists and others. Communities. This was not meant to be just another group of leaders, of clergy, officially blessed into their face. This would be communities that would do the hard work we saw ahead of us. Interfaith communities for something and not just against something. Justice. We knew it had to start with justice and peace. And that was our ultimate goal. Interfaith communities united for justice and peace.
Interfaith Communities United for Justice and Peace, ICUJP, has for over a decade followed a clear vision to organize communities of faith and conscience in support of peace, justice, and human dignity in the face of war and intolerance, compelling religious communities across the country to stop blessing war and violence by speaking truth to power, to whomever is in power.
For too long, we the people have allowed our elected officials and big business to direct us away from peace to war, away from brotherhood and sisterhood to chaos. So, we are here declaring that we will remain here and be here for the struggle until indeed we can point this country away from what it is doing to what it needs to do on behalf of all people. So I say to you, we must resist, but we must also organize our families, organize our friends, organize our congregations, organize our neighborhoods, teach them, help them to understand that this is the beginning of a protracted nonviolent struggle until indeed we change governments as they are to make them what governments ought to be in America. That's our task. So, war and violence, we must stop blessing. We must instead use our resources to bless one another and to bless truth and peace and wonder and the infinite possibilities of this century.
Around with cell phones and tears, holding their heads, looking up at what's left of the World Trade Center and just shaking their heads in disbelief.